What's going on, guys? It is Northy TV here. I hope you're all having a good day. Today I have a settings video where I'll go into detail as to why these are my settings and why they're so good. I've recently switched to a lot of these settings and I've noticed a drastic improvement both in shooting and movement. Before we start, if you guys can hit that subscribe button or even like the video, it would mean a whole lot to me. Alright guys, I'm going to go through the settings and show you exactly what they look like, but I'll only go through the important ones as we go on. So, first setting that I want to point out is auto sprint. Now, I have this one turned on mainly for super glides, but it is better overall to have this on auto sprint just so you have one less button to press. Next we have jetpack control. Now you want to have this on hold rather than toggle. This is so you can strafe in midair when using Valk's jetpacks like this. You become a much harder target to hit when doing so. Alright, so taking damage closes death box or crafting menu. This one, there's no if buts or maybes, you gotta turn this on. There's nothing worse than getting beamed when you're looting, so you don't want to just stand there and take the bullets. Turn this on and be able to recover from these bad situations. Now the performance display, I highly recommend having this one turned on. Ultimately you don't have to have it on, but it's really handy to know the details about your game's performance, like your ping and frame rate. Okay, now the reticle and laser color. Honestly, I don't think there's a specific color that'll be better than anything else. It's all a bit of clickbait, I'm not gonna lie. So for this, I'll just choose one that you like. So for me personally, my favorite color is lime green, so both of those are lime green for me. Finally, the accessibility part of the gameplay section. I don't actually have any of these settings turned away from defaults. They will default for me. I don't see the need to change any of them. Okay, now the controller part of the settings. This is where it gets juicy. So my button layout is a little bit different. It's only 4 things changed. I have jump on right stick, crouch on L stick, sprint on X, and melee on circle. I needed to change jump away from X for super glides, and I decided on the right stick. This is mainly because I've always used X to jump my whole life, so I've decided to keep it familiar with the right hand side of the controller with that. And for crouch it's similar but different. I changed it from circle to the left stick again for super glides, as it's easy to press 2 buttons with one on the left and one on the right, but mainly for crouch spamming. Crouch spamming is such an OP strategy for fights, so being able to easily do that with analog sticks makes it so much easier to do. Now, I've been saying the word super glide a lot, and yes, I've both jump and crouch on the sticks for that reason. It was hard for me at first to hit them, but since changing to this layout, I'm able to hit them repeatedly, which isn't bad for someone who has just learned how to do them. Now for sprint / toggle zoom and melee, which is X and circle, I hardly use the buttons at all, that's why they're X and circle. It's not hard to learn that zoom is X now, and same with melee being circle. It took me about a day to learn those 2 layouts. Away from the button layout, we now have the interact setting, which has to be set on tap to use and reload, and I'll show you guys why. As you can see here, picking up the light ammo with it set as hold to pick up, we are very slow when we're looting. But if we turn it to tap instead of hold, we are so much quicker and will save you guys so much time in the future. For the crouching setting, I have it on hold. This is more efficient for super glides and mostly for easier crouch spams. Having it on toggle just makes these movements take an extra button press, so it's just not needed. Now the part most people click these videos for, the sensitivity part. For me, I use 4-3 linear with small dead zone. I used to use high sensitivities until I realised the high senses remove or nullify aim assist. And as a controller player, my only positive is aim assist, so I'm going to get as much of that as I can. Having it at 4-3 allows me to be quick enough to turn between enemies, but also slow enough for aim assist to kick in at its fullest. Linear compared to classic is like asking if you're going to move like a square or a circle. Square being straight lines and hard turns to move, or circle meaning free-flowing movements. Personally, I'm a linear player, so free-flowing movements help me move smoother at the slower sense, allowing for quicker turns. Now dead zone is definitely something that's a preference. I've been told by a lot of people that having no dead zone is actually the best possible one, but as a controller player I find it way too hard to handle with the sway sometimes, especially for long range engagements, so I opt for the small dead zone. Not having that sway when I fight enemies definitely helps me, but could possibly restrict me too. Personally, I've never tried no dead zone for more than a day, so I could be wrong on this. I would recommend you using both and seeing which one you prefer. Per optic settings might surprise you a little. I have everything until 4 times on 3 and then 4 times and below on 2. Now a lot of you might think that's way too slow, but on controller you don't have to move around so quickly to have aim assist. Low sense from long range really helps us roller players with aim assist, don't be kicking in. And for me, having it as slow as 2 is perfect. Then for close range, it has to be higher than long range as you need to move your aim quicker as they are closer. This may trigger or surprise a few people, but I don't run ALCs at all, I don't believe in them. I've run ALCs before for a long period of time and I can safely say that it never made me a better player. Now for the video settings, and this is something controller players might want to listen out to. Your field of view needs to be off the bottom and near the top. This is what bottom field of view looks like, and this is what my field of view 106 looks like. As you can see so much more. Also make sure your field of view isn't all the way up to 110. If it is at 110, your aim assist actually gets a little bit nullified, so make sure you are lower than 110. Okay, next we have field of view ability scaling. This one I recommend turning off. This basically means when you use an ability, let's say Octane Stim, it'll expand the screen and make your target smaller. So if you turn this off and disable it, your screen will not become bigger. Okay, lastly we have the audio settings. Now for me personally, this is all your own preference, so mix and match these to your own suiting. One setting I would personally change, however, is the dialogue volume. I would suggest setting that right down or even to 0 if you want to be a sweat. Sometimes the quips from the legends can actually become really annoying, especially if you're trying to listen out to the game audio. So if you have this right down, they will be really quiet, or it will be nil. But yeah guys, that brings an end to these settings. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I like this video as well, it was fun to make, so I hope you guys enjoyed it all. You guys definitely should give these settings a try, even if it's just for a day, and see if anything sticks, even if it's something little. Remember that settings are not all just one specific thing being good or bad. Remember that they are your personal preference as well, so make sure to take my comments with a grain of salt, maybe use them as a marker maybe. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. There'll be a lot more videos like this in the future with long commentaries, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Reloading. Enemy down.
They're sending down a replicator. Reloading. Full squad deleted. Reloading. I downed one.
Reloading. My prey is down.